Okay, let's do this. Hey, what is up you guys? I'm Leah and welcome to my Booktube channel. This time I say welcome, not welcome back, because I'm actually new here. I'm a new booktuber, bookish person, and I've just started this channel like 2 videos ago, 1 video ago. Like I'll only have like 1 video up in my channel. So I have decided that, you gotta get to know me. You gotta get to know why I'm here, why I'm doing this. So I am doing the Booktube newbie tag. Without further ado, honestly, because I don't really like long intros, let's get started. We have 11 questions to go. So let's do this. Why did you start this channel? Honestly, I need an outlet to talk about books, rant about books, praise books, recommend books, gush about books basically. Because even though I have friends that read, they don't read the same books that I do. So it's like we do not have that excitement when I talk about books. Yesterday I was telling my sister, I was talking to her about a book, and I say, I know you want me to shut up, just listen to me for 5 more seconds. I don't have friends that listen to me about books, so please you have no choice here, honey. I want to have a space where we can just talk about books and share our thoughts on them, literally with no filter. I liked the book, I didn't like it, here's why, and get to know each other in that sense. So yeah, build a community where we can be transparent about our bookish likes, dislikes, I don't know, preferences, our bookish preferences. That's the word I'm looking for. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? That's a lot of pressure. Is there anything unique now? I don't know any. I do want to do a lot of tags, a lot of challenges. I want to implement you guys in my videos with participation and all of that. And also a lot of the booktubers that I use seem to only read all day. That's just not realistic to me. I guess even though they don't show it, maybe they do have to balance out work, school, whatever they do with reading and this channel. But I guess I can be more transparent in that way. I guess I could do a how many books I can read in a college week in my life, because I also have classes, I have homework, I have to study, and I also want to read for you guys. And for me, obviously, I want to read for me because I love reading. But yeah, I guess I can bring more transparency to what a day-to-day, what a reader's day in the life actually looks like. We don't just eat, drink, sleep, and read. There's more to it. So I guess I could bring that to you if that's interesting. That's a little bit boring, but that's all I can give you. Let's see, next question. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I guess creating a community that resonates with me, connects with me, and we can, talk about the same books and enjoy our reading more, because lately I've been enjoying my reading a lot more by being part of other people's communities, and I kind of want that. It sounds selfish, but not really. I kind of want that for myself, but at the same time create a community where I share with people and I'm actually actively participating in the discussion, because I'm a little bit shy in that sense. So stepping out of my comfort zone and actually sharing my thoughts and opinions about books and stories and authors and all of that. Like I said, I'm a little shy on that, so I want to branch out in that sense, I guess. Why do you love reading? Why don't I love reading? Reading for me, even though it's an escape, literally, I think most readers will say that it is an escape, but it's a safe zone, a safe place. I know whenever I'm at my lowest point or when I'm really sad, I can just turn to a book and I know it will make me feel better. It's a little home where I can go to and I am taken care of there. I don't have to be living my life and I don't have to be dealing with my problems, even though that sounds like ignoring my problems until they go away, but that's not really what I do. But yeah, whenever I'm just really sad, I know I have my books. My books got my back, and I guess that's why I love reading so much, exploring new worlds that I know I'll never be able to explore in this reality, or getting to know so many characters that I know I won't be able to get to know if I just stick to this reality again, real life. I feel books it's like traveling for $10 to $20, literally. You don't have to spend $200 to travel, you just spend $10 to $20 and you are in a completely different place. Literally, sometimes I grab a book and I'm wow, these are words on a page, but this is beautiful. This is words on a page, on a full pack of papers, and you're transported. You are I don't even know, I'm speechless when I talk about books sometimes. I just love reading. It's something beautiful and fun, yet calming, yet you want to throw your book across the room because of something you just read, and it's just a full-on tornado of emotions with a stack of papers and words. I love it. What book or series got you into reading? I was in middle school, and you know, in school you need to read stuff for English class. You need to read stories and books for English class, and I was in middle school, 7th grade, and the teacher assigned us to read City of Ember by, I don't know the author. That's the book. And you know, usually what other teachers would do is you have to read from chapter 1 to 3 for Friday, and we got to read it by ourselves. I would never read that way. Like, don't do that. If you're a teacher, I don't suggest it. Like, actually read with your students. My middle school teacher actually read that book in class with us. Like, each day would be like 1 or 2 chapters that we would read, and we would discuss it, and she made sure we understood the book, and I loved that book. I believe that's the book that made me fall in love with reading school-wise. And I do remember after that I got like one of the Dork Diaries books, these ones, and it just went on from there. Like my first, I think I took a little bit of a break, and then I was obsessed with the Descendants movie, and there's like a prequel book to that called Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, and I love that one. I love that one. That's literally what like got me there, like buying books, reading them, rereading them. The Isle of the Lost book, I've reread it like 2 to 3 times. I swear, like that. Those are the few books that have gotten me into reading. But like the first one was The City of Ember. That was like the starting point of my interest in books, because I've always been interested in books, but I've never been like captivated by a book. So I would say I want to be a reader, but I just don't know what to read, until that book came into my life. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Oh my god, what questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? So my favorite booktuber is Mel Reeds. She got me into booktube, literally, and I guess I always wanted to know her thoughts on what book was it? Oh, I kind of wanted her to read Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. That's my favorite Colleen Hoover book, but I also want her to read, what was the book? Oh my god. Like, I kind of want to know her thoughts on my favorite books, but right now I can't think of any of my favorite books. Yeah, that's awkward. That got really awkward. But also, like, I don't know. I don't really know what I would ask her. Like, I just want to have a conversation with her, I guess. Or like maybe her tips on like getting to know books and getting to analyze the books, because she makes some really good like points when reading books, when talking about books. Like, she blows my mind. Like, she could literally change my opinion on a book based on what she says about it. And like I want your tips, girl. Like, how do you do that? Like, I want to get into your mind, girl. Like, other than that, I don't really know what I would ask her. Maybe her opinion on my, like, I would ask her to read one of my favorite books or something, and let me know what you think, girl. Like, Mel Reeds, if you're here, let me know down below if you want any recommendations. Although I'm intimidated by it, because I feel like my recommendations she wouldn't like. Maybe. I don't know. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Actually letting go of like, oh, I need to say the right thing so that I'm likable, so that I don't say something wrong, so that I don't fail this class because I misinterpreted a book or something. Like, that's why I don't take literature classes in college, because I don't like saying the wrong thing in class, because you are actually evaluated by what you say and how you participate in class. So I guess getting over that fear of actually sharing my opinion in books, how I interpreted books, and all of that, just overcoming that, like stepping out of my comfort zone into letting you guys into my mind, basically. That's one of the greatest challenges. Also being consistent in it, because, you know, again, I'm a college student. Like, I have a lot of things on my plate right now, but I really want to continue on with this channel. So I guess that's another challenge, like time management, consistency, and all that. When did you start reading? I already answered this. I started reading in middle school, 7th grade-ish, but mostly 8th grade with the Descendants novels. Where do you read? I read in my room most of the time. Sometimes I like going to the park when I'm not too scared that I'm going to get kidnapped. I'll usually have my pepper sprayed or something like that. And also I do a lot of waiting in the car for my mom or my sister, because I'm picking them up, dropping them off, and all of that. So in that waiting time, like, it's usually 10 to 15 minutes, I usually have a book with me everywhere, so I read there a lot in my car. And that's it, literally. Bedroom, park, car. Those are mine places. It says here, oh, we're almost done. I don't want to be done. What kind of books do you like to read? I am a romance addict, like a young adult contemporary romance addict. You know, Colleen Hoover got me into that, basically. Stephanie Perkins got me into that with Anna and the French Kiss. But also lately, I'm really into fantasy. Like, I'm reading, is this fantasy? This is more like super, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm really more into supernatural aspects in books, like those types of books. So you know, like City of Bones. I'm excited. I think Sarah J Maas does fantasy, but yeah, I'm excited to read her books. Like I'm lately very interested in those books lately, like fantasy, supernatural, but it's always been romance because I always thought like I couldn't get really into the fantasy world building, magic system reading, but lately I feel like my brain has developed enough so that I understand it. Like I understood the first book in the City of Bones, in the Mortal Instruments series, like City of Bones, so I'm heading there. Like I'm heading there and I'm really interested in it, so hopefully those are the books that I like from now on. So yeah, I would say a lot of rom-coms or romance contemporary, yeah, and a few fantasies and supernatural books. Last but not least, what does your book collection look like? Let me take you out of my tripod. Alright, so all of my books are in a book cart because my room is not big enough for a bookshelf, but I have books behind each of these books. Like down there I also have books behind, but I will not be showing you those because it would get complicated. But I usually have some rom-coms here. Lately I've been into like, you know, who did it type of videos. No, books, type of book. Rom-coms again, like very easy to read books, who did it type of books. I'm really excited for this one. Like this is more like my contemporary real life books. This is more of my fantasy world building type of books, and also some classics like Wuthering Heights and Little Woman. I have more books over there. Like over here I have Shatter Me. I also have the Inheritance game, some romances back there, and down below, which you can't really access it because it's like right beside my bed, I have a lot of self-help books and some books here that do not fit in the top shelves. I'm really excited for this one, by the way, Time and Time Again by Tamara Stone. But yeah, that's how sort of my collection looks like. Very nice, I guess. Like I have all of the books that are here literally on my Goodreads. I will leave it linked down below. And these are some of the books on my June TBR pile that I still have yet to read. That's it. That's my book collection. Very humble, I know. Humilde, how we say here in Puerto Rico. I love my books. Thank you guys so much for sticking by. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you stick around for more videos in the future. Remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any videos here on Leah Reads. That's a really lame name, but I have no creativity. I leave that to the authors. But yeah, I'm really excited for this channel. I'm really excited to see where it's gonna go. And yeah, with that said, thank you for stopping by and sticking here for a little while. I am not Dr. Seuss. Anyways, ciao.